Happy New Year's, royalties. It's your girl Naomi, and I'm back with another banger. And I say that because every video that I drop, every video my kids drop, it's gonna pop, okay? So click that like button, that subscribe button, because we popping. And we ain't stopping till we reach the top. And y'all heard me. So yes, royalties, it is a new year. We are in 2026, y'all. Woohoo! Thank you, God, for blessing us to see another year, another day. Thank you, God, for our life, health, and strength. What a blessing it is, y'all, to be on top of the ground and the ground is not on top of us. Amen. So yes, I'm grateful. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm grateful for God allowing us to cross over into a new year. And I know y'all are grateful and thankful as well, okay? Today is a different type of video. We started New Year's off. I just wanted to sit down, chit chat with y'all, have a girls talk. Because normally we always going places, doing cooking vlogs, house tour vlogs. You know, I just be doing all kind of stuff with y'all. But today I just wanted to sit down, chit chat, and start off the New Year's having like a intimate talk with royalties, okay? And then y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling about the New Year's, and you know how are y'all doing. I hope everybody's doing okay, and you know just grateful and everything. You know, let me know one of y'all goals for 2026. And are y'all feeling motivated, encouraged, and everything to have a great year? You know, come and talk to me in the comments. But yes, y'all, today I want to be talking with y'all. It's going to be a little mixture of both. It's going to be things that I intend to better or accomplish, and it's going to be things that I've been praying about in private. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all everything, that I've been praying about in private, because once those things come to life and God answers those things, then y'all will see. But some of the stuff y'all already know because I've said it in previous vlogs. I just won't break it down and go too far into depth about it, because I feel like, I'm one of those people, you pray about it and you leave it to God. And once God answers it, then you announce it. So yes, but I do want to tell y'all a few of the things. Okay. So the first thing, I want to post more long vlogs on YouTube every week. Now that we are at 53,000 supporters, y'all. Woo-hoo! Which was my goal for 2025. The last video, which was my Christmas video, I said I pray to be at 50K before January 1st. And look at God, he did it. So I thank God for that. I thank my supporters for subscribing, for y'all, watching my videos, my shorts, and everything. But this year I want to switch it up and I want to post more long vlogs. Okay, so if y'all are coming from my shorts, please watch my long vlogs. Let them play on your TV and everything, y'all, because those are truly supporting us. And those help as well, okay? But I know that a lot of y'all want to see more of us. So I want to, bring y'all 20-minute videos, 30-minute videos, 50-minute videos, stuff like that. I want to bring more of that instead of just the shorts now that I'm at 50,000 supporters, okay? And then everybody who love watching long vlogs, they'll come and subscribe and continue to watch the long vlogs. Now, every now and then, I'll post a short, but I want to post more long vlogs than shorts, and not just like a mixture of both. But that's what I want to do. I want to another thing is I want to make more home cooked meals, like get back to what I was doing. I was making more cooking vlogs, showing you how I did everything from scratch. I want to try new recipes and different types of recipes and show it to y'all. And even if it don't come out perfectly good, at least we tried it on the camera together, and practice makes perfect. So I want to keep giving y'all cooking vlogs, and I know a lot of my supporters like that. They like those videos. And the new supporters, I know that y'all will enjoy that as well, to see what type of meals that I cook for my kids, that I cook for my family and everything, y'all. So yes, I want to post more house tour vlogs. Now it's a new year. We need to go back out there and see more houses. Pray over it, speak it into existence. Because you got to speak positivity over your life. You got to pray first, speak positivity, and you got to put that work in, because faith without work is dead. So yes, and then of course y'all know this next one is to move out of this apartment and to move into a home with a big backyard. Okay, and that is definitely our prayer and our goals, y'all. But things take time, especially when you're doing it on God's time and not your time. And of course, I want that big backyard for my kids to run around and play in, for the pets that they want to have to run around with them and play. And then we are family oriented people. So we want to have family gatherings where our kids' cousins can come over and have a good time. And just stuff like that, family gatherings, family reunions, stuff like that we want to do, So, of course, that's why we want to have that big backyard and everything, y'all. Because growing up, that's what I did as a kid. Every holiday, every family gathering, we was at my granny's house in the backyard and just spending time together with our cousins. And it was a great childhood, and I miss those days, But I want to give my kids that same experience, to have their cousins in the backyard, they're playing in the moonwalk, doing all kind of activities and everything. And even if it's not just, for big family gatherings, just us, doing different type of activities in the backyard, but just raise them up in a home with the yard like we were raised in a home. And so that's my prayer and that's my goal, and I know that God is going to make it happen soon and very soon. Okay. The next one is 100K subs, 100K supporters, and the silver YouTube plaque saying Naomi's Palace, y'all. That's definitely a prayer and a goal that I want to have for 2026. And I know with prayer, consistency, and hard work, and just speaking it every day, God is gonna make it, come to life. Just like He made it come to life with me getting to 50,000 supporters. He's gonna bless me to be able to get to 100K with that YouTube plaque, And so I'm grateful for that, and I can't wait. And I know y'all was saying to celebrate it and everything, and we did celebrate it by going out to eat and stuff like that and everything. Having a good family time. We went out to Chili's and had a great time and celebrated that way, y'all. But I want to wait to do a big celebration once we move into the home and everything, y'all. And then I want to have a housewarming party. And of course, invite royalties in, do a vlog of a housewarming, or if not a housewarming party, just, a housewarming party with the royalties, or however we do it. But I know I want to do a housewarming because that would be our first home as adults, So that is a huge, big accomplishment. Okay. So yes, that's another one. And then the next one, number 5, continue to get close to God by praying more, reading our devotions. I even got the kids their own devotion book. Josiah and Baby Doll, they have a devotion book. So every day they're reading theirs every morning, and I want them to tell us what they learned from that devotion. I read my devotions. We read our Bible verses, Also, I had got posters, Bible posters, and I put them on the wall, and I'll show y'all that once, I finish, telling y'all about everything that I pray about, and I want to get better and accomplish. Okay. And then I want to, exercise weekly and eat more vegetables, more fruit. No excuses, y'all, whatsoever. If not, I know maybe not every day, but I at least want to be exercising 4 times a week. Even if it's just for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, at least I got some type of exercise in, and I want to be consistent with it. Not just saying, I'm going to start this week, and then I started, and then next week, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to do it. Because I've done that before. I'll start exercising, and I'll be consistent for a little while, and then I'll just stop exercising and just, won't do it. Only time I'll be like exercising is like when we go places and I'm getting my steps in, But I want to exercise whether I'm going somewhere or not. Exercise in the house, out the house, it don't matter. But no excuses. I want to eat more vegetables, more fruits, and just live a healthier lifestyle. Because I notice when I do exercise, when I do eat healthy, I feel way better about myself. I don't feel what it is, lazy. I don't feel bloated and all of that stuff. I don't feel like what is it? I forgot that word. Not slouchy, just I just don't feel like I don't feel bad. When I eat healthy, I feel good. I'm energized. I have a lot of energy to get a lot of things done, to go places, get work done, post more videos. So that's why I want to exercise and eat more healthier and be consistent with it. And not just start it and then stop it, but I want to be consistent all 2026 with exercising and eating healthy. And then the next thing, I want a new truck, y'all. Okay, I ain't gonna tell y'all what type of truck until y'all see the video when I get it. But I want a new truck with 3-row seats. And the one that I have in mind, the one that I'm praying about, it is really nice, y'all, and it's spacious, and I know we're gonna love it. Okay, and I can't wait to show it to y'all once I get it. Okay, but yes, I'm praying for a new truck, and I'm going to post more and be more consistent, praying and putting that work in so that I can get that new truck. Okay. And then the next thing, stop feeling discouraged and doubting myself. Meaning, like when I post my videos last year, I would get discouraged about the views. I would feel like, man, I should have more views, at least 10,000 views on every video I post. That's how I felt and everything. And when I didn't get it, I would feel discouraged and everything. And so that's why I would just post shorts and everything, because I feel like on shorts, I would get more views. Certain long vlogs, I would get 10K views or more, but certain ones I wouldn't, but I shouldn't look at it like that. I'm learning to be grateful for the views and the comments and everything that I do get, because whether it's just 1,000 people watching that one video, imagine 1,000 people in your home right now. That's a lot of people. 1,000 people can't even fit in my house. So that's a lot of people. And just to be great, I'm just grateful for, whoever watches. If I get 30 people that comment on my video, I'm grateful, because 30 people in your home at one time, that's a lot. So I'm grateful for that, and I know that God will bless me to get 10,000 views minimum on each video as I continue to, excel in my career, and I'll get more comments and everything. But I'm learning to not complain, to not get discouraged about the comment, about not getting so many comments, about not getting so many views, but just to continue to thank God for the views and the comments that I am getting, because I pray when I first started at 0 subscribers, I prayed to get the amount of views and to get the comments that I have now. So I know that if I was praying for it then and God made it come, God answered my prayers, as I continue to grow in my career, He'll continue to answer my prayers, and I get more views and more comments and everything like that, So that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to continue to be grateful. I'm going to continue to pray on it. And I have faith that God will do it. And all you need is faith of a mustard seed, y'all. And watch how God show up and show out. Anything that you want to do in life, anything that you're, wanting to change and you want better, speak and pray to God about it first. Talk to God about it, write it down, speak positivity over your life, and then put that work in, and watch how things change. Okay. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I witnessed it because I've done those things myself, But yes, and then I want a long vlog. My prayer is for my long vlogs to go viral on YouTube, because my shorts have went viral on YouTube. But now I'm praying to have my long vlogs go viral. That's why I said this year I want to post more long vlogs than shorts, and I know God is going to answer my prayers about that. Okay. The next thing is to be able to take my kids on vacations, road trips, and give them memorable experiences. Okay. And that comes with number 11, financial freedom. For us to be able to have enough to pay the rent, the bills, and still have money left over to be able to, go on vacations and road trips and know that bills are going to be paid up, rent is going to be paid up, and no worries or stressed about anything when we come home from those vacations. But I know that I want to take them to Disney World, take them to all over the place. There is stuff that's in different cities in Texas that I want them to see, Legoland and, other places that's nice and that's memorable. Take pictures there, record there, just give them things that they can always remember as they get older and they say, Mama and Daddy took us here. We went on this road trip. We took a flight to this place, take them different places and just because it's not always about opening gifts on Christmas morning. Of course, we teach them about the Word of God and who He is. And then I also want to just, take them on vacations for the holidays, So that is a prayer and a goal and everything. And then and then going back to about posting long vlogs. Last year I was consistent, but then I slowed down on being consistent with the long vlogs because I was grieving, y'all, and still am grieving. The loss of my sister-in-law. It's been about a month and a few weeks. But yeah, just still grieving, still trying to, accept it and everything because it's still hard to accept and to believe, and still grieving the loss of my granny as well, y'all. I want to read to y'all this post because this is how I feel about it, okay? I came across this post and this is how I feel. It says, death really don't make sense to me. Because one minute you're here laughing, calling, breathing, just living your life like it's regular. And the next minute you gone for real. No warning, no explanation, no chance to say you will be back. And I know everyone who is grieving the loss of a loved one, I know y'all feel the same way I feel, but we're going to get through this together. And, I'm going to continue to show up to inspire y'all, to motivate y'all. And I want y'all to continue to comment and motivate and inspire me because y'all comments keep me going. It makes me feel good inside. So we're going to get through the grieving process together because you never get over it. You just learn to cope with it and to ask God to give you strength every day to keep going. It says, I catch myself stuck thinking about where you're at now, what being gone even means. If you can hear us when we talk about you or feel how heavy it gets when your name come up. What hurts the most is how the world don't stop for nobody. How people still wake up, still smile, still move around like losing you ain't just flipped my whole life upside down. I would give anything for one more moment, one more conversation, one more chance to let you know how much you matter. Because this type of loss sit with you and don't ever really leave. And that's exactly how I feel about my sister-in-law, about my granny, and about my daddy. I feel exactly what that post said, y'all. But only thing I can do is continue to make them proud of me, continue to keep going and stay uplifted and encouraged and know that they are my guardian angels and that they are with me. I carry them in my heart. And this is my sister-in-law right here, y'all. But let me see. Yes, this her right there. And I've known her for 16 years, y'all. And so, that's why it's hard and everything. And we're all still grieving. But I want to continue to be another thing that I prayed about and I accomplished. I want to continue to be a great role model for my kids. And also for my nephews, y'all, I want to be a role model and I want to, always support them and let them know that, their aunt and their uncle is there for them, and they know that, but I want to continue to be there for them, spend time with them and just, be there and let them know that, hey, we are here, because one thing about her, she was a great mom. She was a great aunt, very overprotective of her kids and her nieces and nephews, y'all. And when she cooked, or every time we had a gathering, she made sure every child ate. She made sure no kid was left out, and she was there for all of her nieces and nephews, and lovable and everything. And that's why we miss her so much. And I just want to continue to be that great Amy that I knew that she was to all of our kids. I want to be that to her kids. And I want to inspire and motivate other women too, and other women and mothers, that we can do it. We can you know empower each other, and we can defeat the naysayers, defeat the doubters, and still accomplish our goals no matter the circumstances. So yes, y'all, that's what I definitely want to do. And I know that her and my granny would definitely want me to keep going, to keep staying encouraged and everything, and just to keep posting and everything. But I wish that I could have one more call, one more hug with them, one more time to laugh and everything, y'all, because it's like before they left, I know that I had great memories. The last time that I seen them, we was laughing, smiling, talking, having a great time. So that's what I try to remember and everything. And they both really taught me a lot of great things in life. And, I'm just grateful for them, and I miss them so much. And if heaven had a phone, I'd be calling it every day. I know we all would. Everybody that's watching this video, you lost a loved one, then you know how I feel. And, now I can talk about it without crying, but some days I do cry, y'all, and I do have my moments, but I don't want to let it overpower, and sit in it and everything. I want to, pray. I'm going to continue to pray about it, ask God, even though I'm hurting and grieving, I still want to get up and do something to make me feel better, because it's like when you sit around and you mope about it, it makes you feel worse, but if you get up and you do something, even in their memory, it helps you to feel better. So that's what I like. That's what I want to do. Like, I know that she liked it to dance, so I get up and I put on some of the favorite line dances that she listened to. I try to think about the good times. I know that my granny was a good at cooking. And I would go in there and cook and just put on some music and just think about the good times. But yeah, y'all, when it comes to them, I can talk about them for a long time. I miss them. I miss my daddy so much. I lost him when I was 2 years old. To all the new royalties that's here, I lost him when I was 2, and life hasn't been the same. I miss him. I think about all the good times we would have had, the memories, wishing that I had father-daughter dance with him, pictures and everything. But I know that, from all the stories that I've heard, that he was an awesome, terrific dad, and that he was, a present dad. And he was here for me and my sister on the time while he was alive. So I miss them. They are my 3 angels, and I carry them in my heart and in my mind every day. The next goal and prayer is to be able to, buy my mom a house, a car, surprise her and my aunt with nice gifts and shopping sprees, because they've been there, supporting me since day one. My mom was, when my dad died, my mom became a single mother, taking care of me and my sister, working 2 jobs, to provide for us. And then my aunt stepped in, y'all, and she didn't have to do that, but she did. She stepped in and helped my mom take care of us. And I feel like I owe them the world, even though they tell me you don't owe us anything. But I feel like I owe them the world because of all that they did, and how just of a great mother and a great aunt that they are to me. How they are, how my mom is an awesome grandmother to my kids, how my aunt is an awesome aunt to my kids. I just want to show them appreciation, so that they can know that, I appreciate them. I can't never pay them back, but I can show them appreciation for all that they have done for me as a kid, even as a grown up, y'all. They still there for me and my kids, and they still show up every birthday. every holiday they show up, they sending gifts, they dropping off gifts, they checking on us, they calling and everything. And y'all seen them in some of the vlogs, where I'll say my mom gave a gift, my aunt and everything. They're always there, and I just want to show appreciation, and even to my mother-in-law, I also want to, be able to surprise her with gifts. That's why I pray for financial freedom, because I want to give back to the ones who took care of me as a kid, who had a big impact on my life, and those around me that I love. I want to take my kids on shopping sprees, and I just said I want to take them on vacations, and that's both of our goals. Both of me and hubby's goal to take our kids on vacations and road trips and everything. But I want to be able to do that for those three women in my life: my mom, my aunt, and my mother-in-law, because my mom and aunt took care of me since birth. And my mother-in-law, I've been knowing her for over 15 years, like 16 years, y'all. And she's been a great person and everything. And I just want to show those three women appreciation. And that's my prayer. And I know that God is going to answer my prayers, y'all. Because like I said, I have faith. And once I pray on it, I leave it to God. And I know if you don't come now, if you don't come tomorrow, when God is ready, He going to do it on His time. Okay? And then I want to continue, like I said, I want to continue to be a role model to my kids and to other women and to other mothers that we can do it. We're going to accomplish our goals and everything. I want to continue to inspire and uplift, because when I be telling y'all inspirational words, I be reading those devotions, those be for me, and I be saying that I know that other women can other women and mothers can witness this too. They feel the same way. So while I'm being uplifted myself, I want to uplift y'all also, because we're going to get through this together, like I say. And we're going to beat the odds and everything, The next thing is, y'all, this is a want. This is not really just like a need or anything, but I want me a Pomeranian puppy. The kids, they want a pet and everything, but for my pet, then we have Delilah and Simba, of course, are the cats. But for my pet, I want to have a Pomeranian puppy. Dress her up so cute with her little clothes, her bows. One of those puppies that you put in your purse. Those are the kind that don't grow. They don't get too big. So I want one of those, hopefully for my birthday, because I just love those type of puppies. And I've never had one in my life, but I want one, and so when I want something, I want to go after it and work for it and accomplish it and pray on it, So along with financial freedom, I'll be able to afford a Pomeranian puppy and afford all the things that comes with having one, because those puppies are so cute, y'all. And then, like I was saying, these are a lot of the things that I wrote down. And like I say, faith without work is dead. And you got to speak positivity over your life, So pray, speak positive, because the power of the tongue is real. So what you speak, it comes to life. Believe in yourself. Even if things ain't going right, even if you're feeling down, speak over yourself. Me and the kids, I tell them every day, say your positive affirmations. Before they head out for school, we say our positive affirmations to speak life into them, for them to believe in their self in everything. Okay. And then let me see. We're almost done, y'all. Another prayer is to live long to see my kids grow up. I want to see them grow up and be successful adults like I know they will. I believe that's every parent's prayer. To see their kids grow up. My prayer is also to become a grandmother, once they get grown. Being a grandmother is a blessing, to be able to see your kids have kids and be able to see your kids get married. That is a true blessing within itself, y'all, okay? So that's my prayer. And, when the time comes, I'm going to spoil they kids right. Just how they are spoiled by both their grandmas. my grandkids gonna be spoiled by me at that time, just like we spoil our kids, because these kids are spoiled by their grandmas. Both grandmas spoil them. They could get anything, and you know what mama say no, grandma gonna say yes. So yes, y'all. And then I want to, continue. Every day I ask God to give me strength, patience, and energy to balance everything, and it's very important to pray about that. Because as women, as parents, as adults, you have a lot on your shoulder. You have a lot to juggle. So you want to ask God to give you the strength, the patience, and the energy to balance it all. Even if you can't get stuff done in one day, because you're going to be tired trying to do it all in one day. So spread it out through the week. I'm going to get this done today. Then tomorrow I'm going to do this. Then Wednesday I'm going to do that. Spread it out. You don't want to put too much on your plate in one day. But just ask God to give you strength, patience, and energy. And I pray about that all the time, y'all, okay? And then the last thing would be to remove the laziness and procrastination from me and push me to my full potential, y'all. And a lot of stuff be procrastination, not so much as laziness. I have my days when I stay in the bed and like relax, a little more time, but it wouldn't be the laziness. My thing would be the procrastination, putting it off and saying, I'm going to do it this day. I'm going to do it later on. And then when that day comes, I'm procrastinating even more. So, I'm asking God to remove that from me, and ask God to do that for y'all. Okay. And let me know what's one of the things that y'all are praying for, one of y'all goals and everything, y'all. So that's a little bit. I wanted to give y'all a little insight because I don't really, sit down and chit chat with y'all, but I wanted to chit chat, give y'all a little insight, talk with y'all, uplift y'all, motivate and inspire, and just, let y'all into my life and how I feel and everything. Okay. But I just want to say thank y'all. Before I show y'all the Bible posters, I want to say thank you to everybody who hits that subscribe button. Thank y'all for hitting that like button, commenting, hitting the hype button. Hype this video up, y'all. Hype me up. Hey. And just supporting us all the way. Thank you for watching every video. And if you haven't, please catch up and watch our older videos, and binge watch those. Let them play on your TV while you cooking, while you cleaning, so you can get to know us more and see the things that we have done. And I appreciate y'all's support. It means a lot to me, y'all. And I'm just so grateful that God has blessed me with, supporters that love me and my family, that love our vlogs and everything, y'all, because I'm telling you, prayer works. Knowing God, talking to God, it works, and I can't stop saying that enough. I don't just say it just to say it. I say it because I'm a witness of it. Every time God show up and show out, He's the reason why, I can't give up. As long as God blesses us to see every day, we can't give up. My kids, they are the reason. I want to be a role model and inspiration, and they can know that they're, both their parents are succeeding, that they'll know when they grow up, no matter what, if my parents succeeded, if they can do it, I can do it too. And that's what I want my kids to know, They may have days when they feeling down, when they feeling up, but no matter what comes their way, as long as they keep God first and they pray, and they can have us to look up to and know that, hey, I can do it because mom and dad did it, So that's why I keep going, y'all. That's why I want to be successful in everything, so that, my kids can be proud of me. Of course, God first. God first proud of me, my kids and my entire family proud of me. And they already are proud of me, y'all, but I want to keep making them proud, But yeah, we're going to have a housewarming party. We're going to have a big celebration once we move, y'all, okay? And I'm just grateful for where we're at now, because it wasn't easy and it wasn't overnight. And I'm grateful for getting to 53,000 supporters. And I pray that each and one of y'all have a great, successful year, and that God blesses y'all, and that I pray that God answers all of y'all prayers. And I thank y'all for supporting us. And like I say, please watch all of our videos, like them, share them, tell your family and friends to watch them. And I want to give y'all more cooking vlogs. We're going to get the house tour vlogs. We're going to get it all, you know. And I pray that y'all watch every single one of them and y'all continue to enjoy them. And thank y'all for the encouraging, uplifting, inspiring comments that y'all leave. You know, y'all don't know. It brings chills to my heart. It makes me feel good. I shed tears. And I love y'all. And I thank y'all for rocking with me, okay? But yeah, let me show y'all the kids' Bible posters, and then I'm going to read today's devotion with y'all, okay? These are the Bible posters that I put on the wall for the kids to read every day, especially on Sundays, you know, before they watch TV or anything. After they get up, brush their teeth, wash their face, you know, they're going to study this. I want them to be able to tell me about, you know, something that they learned on this wall. So I love these, y'all. Got them from TikTok. It teaches you about the books of the Bible. I want them to learn about all of that. The 10 Commandments. These are the things that we learned as kids. And I want to teach them, and I want to refresh my own memory and learn the books of the Bible by heart. Because I know them, but just not by heart. You know, the Lord's Prayer. We do say the Lord's Prayer. The Beatitudes. I want them to know God's promises. God is always faithful. God will never leave you. He will help you. God keeps his promises. God will keep you safe. God will comfort you. God will love you forever. And then it has fruit of the Spirit. It has the Bible timeline, armor of God, 7 days of creation from day 1 to day 7. Okay. I love these posters, y'all. Then they have the timeline from the Old Testament all the way to the Revelations, y'all. So yes, they would definitely be learning this. Look, it tells about the creation, the flood, Noah's Ark. So yes, definitely grab these up for y'all kids, nieces and nephews and everything, y'all, because I love these posters. We definitely gonna be studying them and, you know, studying them every week and everything. Okay, y'all, I know this was a long video. I appreciate y'all for watching to the end. One thing about Naomi, she loves to talk. So I love that, you know, everybody who watches, y'all love to hear me talk. Y'all love to watch the long videos. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and watching it to the end. Today's devotion is titled, Tough Times Don't Last Forever. Amen. It sure don't. Seasons change. This is true in the natural world, and it is true in the seasons of our lives. Difficult times do not last forever. We may have off days, tough weeks, bad months, or even a year with more than its share of troubles. But every negative experience does come to an end. Some of the trying situations we find ourselves in seem to go on too far too long. When this happens, we are usually tempted to complain or become discouraged. Instead, we need to promptly adjust our attitude and ask God to teach us something valuable as we press through the situation at hand. According to James 1, verses 2 through 3, God uses trials and pressure to produce good results in our lives. He always wants to bless us. Sometimes his blessings come through unexpected circumstances we may view as negative. But if we will keep positive attitudes in the midst of those situations, we will experience the positive results God wants to give us. If you are going through a difficult time right now, let me remind you that this probably isn't the first challenge you've ever faced. You survived the last one and probably learned some valuable lessons through it. And you will survive this one too. Your trials are temporary. They won't last forever. Better days are on their way. Just keep your attitude up instead of down. And remember that this is just a season and it will pass. Amen to that. That is so true. Confession. I keep a positive attitude when I go through negative experience. Amen, y'all. Yes, I definitely needed to hear that devotion. Comment down below if y'all love that devotion and if it spoke to y'all like it spoke to me. Yes. And this is Mornings with God by Joyce Meyer. Okay, so yes, definitely grab that devotion book. I will have it tagged in this video so that y'all can grab it up and that y'all can have y'all book and y'all can read it with me. Okay. But yes, y'all, I pray that y'all have a blessed night, a blessed day, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all. Peace. Peace out.